Hey, so check this out. 50 Cent's about to show everybody why he's still one of the smartest businessmen in hip hop. Big Bro is headlining a set this Friday at the Executive Branch, which is an exclusive DC club co-owned by Don Jr., right as the country gears up for its 250th anniversary. But let's be real, this guy's built an entire empire well beyond music. We talking power, G-Unit, a liquor brand, real estate. Look, he's never been shy about chasing the bag on his own terms, and he's always said as much. Back in 2024, he passed on $3 million to play a Trump rally because it just wasn't the right move for him at the time. That's not flip-flopping. That's a businessman just reading the room and picking his spots. But now he's taking a paid gig at a private club with a room full of people who can write big checks for an artist and an entrepreneur. Hey, if you ask me, that's good networking and good business. Not a political statement. 50 never let anybody put him in the box. And this is just one more example of him basically doing what's worked for him his whole career. Getting paid and staying unbothered by the noise. And based on the backlash, there's been plenty of noise.
50 Cent has reacted to the backlash he's getting for performing for Donald Jr., and I finally think he realizes how serious it is. 50 is scheduled to take the stage at Executive Branch on July 3rd, which is the eve of America's 250th anniversary. Donald Jr. co-owns this extremely exclusive club where people have to pay a massive annual membership fee of $50,000 just to get in. This news has caused a huge uproar because 50 previously made a big deal about staying completely away from anything related to this topic. In October 2024, 50 said he turned down $3 million to perform at a rally in New York because he was afraid of how people would react. In his past interview, 50 explained his decision by saying that when you do get involved, no matter how you feel, someone will disagree with you. He said he doesn't want that. 50 even promised everyone he was totally done weighing in on things after seeing how other artists experienced a huge fall from grace. Now 50 has stepped in and left a comment under a post about it that said, "People are coming for me." This shows that the intense backlash is definitely getting to him, and he can see that his audience strongly dislikes this move. I personally feel like 50 might finally realize he's made a mistake this time. He thought he could just do a private performance for a giant paycheck, but his fans are holding him accountable for his own past words. But before you go, I want to know, do you think 50 should cancel his performance?
50 Cent and Ja Rule hate each other, but it's clear they're cut from the same cloth when they're both willing to perform for Donald Trump Jr.'s club. Now, before we get into it, make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow, do all things. I'm going to talk about Ish. We're going to have a good time, but let's get into it. So 50 Pennies is over here looking to perform at Donald Trump Jr.'s club this weekend on July 3rd. And, you know, it's not getting the buzz that it needs to get, because while we've called out others for doing the same type of shit, and while he sat on the Breakfast Club and said, "Oh, I don't want to get into politics," and won't perform for Donald Trump's inauguration, it's like he seems to think that performing for Donald Trump Jr. at his club isn't a problem, but it is. So as you can see here, the booking was confirmed by the Daily Beast. He's going to stay to the stage at Executive Branch, which is the club that's owned by Donald Trump Jr. and two other men. This is a club that you have to pay $500,000 annually to be in this club. And he is performing there. But he's not the only one that they've confirmed that's performing there. So if we look down below, it looks like Busta Rhymes, Ja Rule, and Timbaland also are slated to perform at this event. And this is why we'll continue to say these Black famous rappers ain't worth a damn. Most of these Black entertainers are only about money. And as we keep seeing all these Black men who are Gen X or, you know, older millennials performing for this administration because all they care about is a check. Where they had Snoop Dogg, you got Nelly, now you got 50, Ja Rule, Busta Rhymes, Timbaland. You've had CeeLo Green has performed for these people. Waka Flocka has performed for these people. The list just goes on, and they all fit one demographic: Black men in hip hop. So at this point, all Black men in hip hop, y'all looking like y'all are trash. and you're looking like you align with wanting to be as close as you can to white men. Y'all want to be in those rooms. I mean, we even got Jay-Z and the whole Target thing. Y'all want to be in the rooms with white men. Y'all want to be white men at this point. And the closest way to get it is by shitting on your own people, because y'all really think that y'all going to have some access by doing this. So y'all keep performing at these events. Y'all keep doing this. And we're just going to keep adding y'all to the canceled list. And the fact that 50 got so much smoke for Diddy, and y'all know I don't fuck with Diddy, but you over here just as bad performing for people that are on lists that harm children. So what difference is that with you? At this point, all of them can go straight to hell.
So you've seen that. You heard that. And I think there's a lot we can take from these comments. Something of value, I'm sure. We have to really look, though, because it's there's a lot of just emotion. I'm seeing a lot of emotion. They're angry. I don't think they're clear on why, though. I have a question. What's wrong with performing for Don Jr. or a club that he owns? Rappers perform at clubs all the time. What does it matter? Don Jr. holds no office on either side of the political aisle. What does it matter? Because he's a business owner. He's a private citizen, private business owner. What does it matter? Who should Black people work for? Who is a suitable employer? Who is a suitable audience? Who can buy tickets? Who can hire these entertainers? Who can book these shows for these entertainers? Who's designated to do that? Is there some type of panel, some type of board that we should check in to find who's the person we need to go through? Who's our contact to know who's politically correct? I can understand if some people have an issue with President Trump, who's the sitting president, but he's not performing for the sitting president. And actually, he turned down millions of dollars to not perform at a Trump rally. Did anybody, I don't know, take up a collection to help him recoup some of the money that he threw away for not doing it? Or the money he lost for not doing it? Don Jr. is a co-owner of this club. No big deal. 50 Cent is another private citizen who's being paid to entertain people. What's the problem? So what if it is a MAGA convention? It's not. But what if it is? What if they like rap music? So what? He shouldn't perform because they do? Newsflash. MAGA, I'm sure, eats hamburgers. I'm sure MAGA wears Nikes. I'm sure MAGA flies in Delta, in United. I'm sure they use Amazon. Does everybody get canceled? Are they next to be canceled because they accept MAGA dollars and they perform a service for the MAGA crowd? Should they be on notice? The whole thing makes no sense. And for the young lady who says these Black rappers are only about money, what should they be about at work? When should they be about money if it's not at work? When they're off work, they shouldn't get the most that they can get for their time. That seems pretty logical that they would do that. I want to get the most money for my show or for my business time. What is the problem? on a larger note, what do black men owe the Democrat Party? What do black men owe the Republican Party? Why do we owe anybody anything? You know, there is a lot of backlash that 50 Cent is receiving, and a lot of people receive. Like there is some type of assumption that we owe somebody anything. We don't owe anybody anything. And if we do, that needs to be really explained. Explain that in the comments below. Because I don't understand. I'm a black man. Do I owe somebody something? I don't think so. But I'm open to hear how I do. If it makes sense, then let me square up with you. Let me get you taken care of. If I owe you, then I owe you. But I don't believe that I or we owe anybody anything. And that's really insulting to suggest that I owe any political party anything, or allegiance or whatever. I don't owe anybody. I don't feel that I do. So if I do, hey, explain that to me. How does that work? But, you know, what I can say for 50 Cent, 50 Cent will be up in the club, as he should be. For anybody that thinks that he should not get his money because of some political party affiliation, I got 21 questions. I got 21 questions for that. Make sense out of that. Make that make sense. Now, I'm not going to talk about how much money that our representatives in Congress and the House that they're getting in DC while we're struggling for the scraps. But he shouldn't get his when he has an opportunity to. I don't get that. We got to stop being soft. We got to take all that sensitive talk, that sensitive rhetoric. We got to take that to the nearest candy shop. See what I did? Yeah, Fifth trying to get his bread, and I can't blame him. He ain't trying to do no window shopping this summer. Window shopping. I mean, many men have fell for this kind of thing before, but you have to be a wankster to fall for it again. Get it? But what are your thoughts? Is 50 doing the right thing? Does he deserve some backlash? Let me know down in the comments below. You see where I stand. I think he's right. I think he's a private citizen. If he doesn't get his money, nobody's going to help him. You know, people tell you what you shouldn't do, but they're not going to give you that lost revenue. So it just is what it is. Somebody wants to pay him for a show, he does shows. Get your money. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. But what's yours? Please like, please share, please subscribe.